Hello everyone, and welcome to Dice Roll, the Queerest Pathfinder Podcast on the planet, where you say hard questions like, if you could make a new power word, what would it be? Now, okay, before we say anything,
okay,
I know the low-hanging fruit. Don't say it.
Power word come.
Damn it!
Yeah!
Power word come!
Power word come.
Power word come.
Come on, KK, join in.
Say it.
I'm good.
No!
Some poor bastard was like, oh, this looks like a good family-friendly podcast. Let's check out the latest episode with my infant daughter on my lap.
No!
Which I would like you all to know, we have gotten angry messages when we started Kingmaker, because like the intro, the first thing Rit says is "Go fuck yourself."
Really? People were
Very
mad
loudly.
about it?
Yeah, I got angry letters from a dad saying like, my daughter was listening. I'm like,
Damn, that's not my
Sorry,
fucking problem,
sir.
is it, bitch?
I
Your
chose
kid has better taste than you.
I
Oh
chose
my
this
God.
question. I chose this question, and I thought I would be really funny and be like, that's the one I'll say. But then I realized as soon as I said it, I was like, hold on. They're all going... It's what everyone's going to say. Every single one of you motherfuckers is going to be like, if I could make a super magic word that could make someone do anything, it would be... Man,
It'd be funny.
it is kind of funny. Would we like to play some Pathfinder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Previously in Dice Will Roll. The Radiant Winds began their third day on Danger Island, and the finalists of the Ruby Phoenix tournament could begin climbing their way up to the top of Mount Haminabu to present their phoenix feathers and gain entrance into the Ruby Palace and the tournament itself. They began the day by making their way towards several shrines, following in the paths of a spirit guide. After claiming their final gifts from the shrines and saying goodbye to the old forgotten gods of Bunmu, you began making your way towards Mount Haminabu, only to be sprung upon by valiant enemies. I say in quotes. With them dispatched, nothing stands between the Radiant Winds and the Ruby Phoenix tournament. So everyone, are we all ready to go?
Yeah. Pretty generous description of that group.
I liked them.
Damn.
Would we like to play some Pathfinder? We want to hop in?
Yes,
sure.
we would.
Yeah.
Okay. It's about 2:30 p.m. And you, the Radiant Winds, are climbing. Climbing very high, I should add. By now, as you mount the rocky paths of Mount Haminabu, you can see the rest of the island unfold beneath you. It almost looks exactly like your map. You can hear the chatter of voices as you start slowly approaching the final path towards the Ruby Palace itself, a massive pagoda which stands at the very top of this island. How are you all doing as you make this treacherous journey up, knowing from the fireworks that have already exploded in the sky that at least 3 entrants have already entered the tournament?
Sanku's excited.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't think that he's, like, afraid that they're going to lose or not get there in time. I think he's just excited now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Masami and Chuji, how are you two doing?
Chuji has the, what's the word? What's the word when a fear is very stupid?
A stupid fear.
Thanks, jackass.
Irrational fear?
Yes, thank you, David. Judy has the irrational fear that there are 5 teams already waiting up there just to fuck them over. And who have yet to turn in their necklaces. And it's making them so anxious they're chewing on their lip real hard. They're probably like rushing up more than they should, and they definitely look tired going up the mountain. But they are excited at deep down they are. It's just that gnawing anxiety that the last 23 years are for nothing. And they'll have to wait another 5.
10.
Or 10, yeah.
Even better.
Even better. Chuji does not want to be 33 when they win the tournament.
Okay. And Masami, how are you doing?
I think Masami is still kind of like thinking about the events of last night and trying not to let it show. They are moving. I think they're like the midway between Chuji and Senku of like moving relatively fast, but not like in a rush. I think they're hemming and hawing right now about like whether they should like keep their magic sense on. Just like making sure that they, when they see the Ruby Phoenix, just confirm.
I mean, she wouldn't know.
Yeah.
How is your magic sense, by the way? Is it like a visual thing? Is it more like a like just a sense, like, you know, hair standing up on end? How does your magic sense feel? Just for funsies.
I think it's a scent.
Ooh, you can. Oh my god, you can fucking sniff it in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I love that. Sure, great. I didn't want to say it looks like X. Got it. Well, I'll leave you all to it.
They have described it before as like basically like a scent to follow, pretty much.
I see. Okay, fascinating. Okay, all three of you are like winding up towards the final path, climbing up this mountain. There have not been any fireworks to have gone off, like within the last half hour. It has taken you some time to climb, or within the last like hour. It has taken you like a long time to climb this mountain. I'm talking like, yeah, about an hour and a half. So I assume you're all a little tired, but you've done it.
I have a question. How long does does the flight last? Or does
as long as you like.
Then Senku's been doing that because he's not going to deal with that. The others can be tired, but he's sitting on his staff.
Oh, Chuji's so out of breath. They're like sweating so hard. they like I said, they've been rushing up this mountain way more than they should. They look terrible. They're desperate to get to the top.
Senku's like, Chuji, you're gonna bite a hole through your lip, and you are sweating really hard.
What of it?
Do you need a break?
No, we're going to the top. It's gonna be fine. I'm fine. I'm not tired.
Chuji, what if you're too tired and whatever is at the top? We shouldn't be going up there exhausted. Masami, tell them.
We're almost there. It's fine.
Chuji, if you need to rest for like half a second, we can rest.
No, absolutely not.
I will remind you, it only takes an hour of resting to remove the fatigue condition, thanks to our good friend Ramijav, the god of rest and comedy.
It'll only take an hour.
Well, Chuji keeps going.
Oh my god. Chuji, would you rather I give you a piggyback ride?
No, that's a sign of weakness.
I don't even know what to say to this right now.
Exactly are you going to show Hao Jin when you show up fatigued?
Yeah, don't you want to impress her?
Come here.
Exactly. Masami gives Chuji a piggyback ride.
Ugh.
Okay.
So that way they can rest.
And not 20 steps later, you get to the top of a hill, and you see you have reached the summit.
Alright, we're here, get off.
Oh, Chuji like rolls off and falls on the floor.
Okay, when I said get off, I thought you were going to go on both feet, but come on. They pictured you.
Well, you do this. But then you, like, kind of cross the top. And you see everything. There it is. Near the source of a river, which you assume must be the same river you've seen many times across this island, is a bridge. And on the other side of a bridge is an absolutely gigantic palace. Beautiful cherry white and red stones make up the walls, and in wood highlights this beautiful pagoda and the many surrounding buildings sprawling out from it. It is probably one of the most incredible feats of architecture you have ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
But standing on all sides, on both sides of the bridge, kind of waiting, like not on the bridge, in front of the bridge, on the grassy path that leads up to it. To the left and right of the path are dozens of fighting teams. All of whom kind of like have their arms crossed and kind of their heads perk as you approach, kind of scanning you out. Some of these teams you don't recognize. You see 5 elven samurai. You see fish people holding spears. You see 2 men in strange black robes, wide-brimmed hat, and bird-like masks. But there are others you do recognize. The Grave Treaders.
Yes!
Ravzilier, Belindra, and Gruntrak. No sign of Raps. They may be left him at home.
They were like, he's gonna die. Don't wanna be-
You can see the Heralds of Hongal kind of like watching and like chatting with each other. They look a little disappointed. And you can see even your oldest friends, Treon, Sunsu of No Clan, and Gelly, as well as good old Ozzy standing at the back. Touch the Stars smiles and waves at you as you make your way up this path. And as you're making your way up the path, you hear a voice call out to you all. Hey guys, over here!
What? Huh?
Hmm?
And rushing out towards you all
Oh my god.
The best team in all of this campaign.
is a middle-aged man with an orange martial arts robe, hair tied up into a bun, and a symbol of Irori tattooed onto his chest. Tino Tong and his team, Tino's Toughest, kind of jumps out of the crowd towards you all, smiling and grinning. And Tino kind of slaps your back, Sanku, and says, "Hey kids, how'd it go? You all good?
Yeah,
Like a good fight?"
We did.
And I think Zumi kind of bows to you all a little bit, the white kitsune. And she says, "Well, you all look a little bit stronger than the last time we saw you. I hope you did very well on your journeys."
Oh, we did pretty well.
Pretty baller.
Senku looks smug about it.
Gig kind of hops down and says, "You get knocked out? Or you taking a break? Or..."
Oh, we're in. We have 10 feathers.
I think all of them go, "Whoa!" And Malako, the Tengu swordsman, kind of like approaches and adjusts their glasses and says, "Well, you certainly were strong enough to beat us easily when we first met. All 10, my word. Congratulations, Radiant Twins. You've certainly earned it."
Thank you.
And,
Thank you.
Tino grins and says, "Hey, it's like you said, you know? You guys have been training your whole lives for this. You're some real tough fighters. I could not be prouder of you all."
Senku looks very happy about that.
Thanks, man.
How did you do? Did you have fun?
Tino grins and says, "Man, we had more fun than we've ever had in our lives. But we're out."
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not really a surprise, is it?
No.
No.
Those are 2 different types of
Two
no.
brands of no.
Senku's no is like, don't say that.
Shuri's nose. Oh yeah, I knew you were gonna get out.
Zumi, I think, crosses her arms and huffs and says, "Well, I wouldn't say we're out. It's just we're worn out." And she raises her necklace and says, "In the end, we did get 7 feathers."
Oh, that's really impressive.
That's pretty
Pretty
good
good.
still.
Gig sighs and says, "It's good, but we're exhausted. It's been a real test of stamina. And even big girls like me," she slaps her tummy,
Oh.
"we get tired."
I get that.
Tino nods and says, "I guess we're just not built for competition. We just had fun. And I think now we're ready to take a break and say, let the best teams win, right? Plus, we've already fought basically everyone on this island. We lost matches, we won matches. I don't know if there's any other way we could get more feathers anyway."
Well, I'm really glad that you're here.
Yeah.
He grins and he gives you guys a thumbs up and he says, "Hey, keep Tino's toughness in mind when you win the Ruby Phoenix tournament, yeah?"
Of course.
Sure.
And he kind of salutes you all and he points at, "You're gonna want to cross the bridge. You've got someone waiting for you as soon as you step onto it."
Oh shit. Well,
right,
better get
well.
going then.
See you guys later.
Chuji,
Then.
have you freshened your breath, Chuji?
Why would I need to do that, huh?
I don't know, maybe because you've got a huge crush on Hao Jin.
Shuji, is that true?
No!
Oh my
It's
god,
not!
we have crowds of
not
people
true!
here. I'm walking forward.
Hikari is walking with you, and she smiles and nods and speaks to some of the enforcers by the gates. And she stands aside and bows as they let you pass. And you may step onto the bridge that separates the land from the Ruby Palace.
Senku waves at every single friend that they've made, and I mean every single one.
They wave back enthusiastically. You see Gelly over there waving and hopping. Trion's beside her. Somsu, Ozzy, everyone.
I love every team on this island.
And do you all step onto the bridge?
Yes.
Yes! Well, Senku floats over it.
Well, as soon as all of you step onto the bridge itself, there's a swirling of embers that kind of appears in the center of the bridge. And that swirling ignites into a vortex of flame that spins upwards and then vanishes. And standing in the embers is the Ruby Phoenix. She is beautiful.
Oh my god, she is
Super
beautiful.
pretty.
She stands about 6 feet tall, impressively tall. She wears a sky blue kimono with purple trims. Towards the bottom, it turns into a gradient of white flowers, designed into the silk. And then there's her hair. My goodness. It is the color of blazing fire. Crimson red, and as long, it goes down past her backside, almost down to the back of her knees, and yet it sways slightly in the wind. She has 2 white flowers in her hair, and a beautiful and kind, but almost kind of mischievous expression. And as she stands before you, the legendary sorceress who, until 2 years ago, was presumed lost to time. She bows. And she looks up at you all and says, "Radiant winds, greetings. I am Hao Jin, the Ruby Phoenix. I believe you will have something for me."
Yes,
Trudy bows and takes the necklace off of their belt and steps forward and kind of holds it towards her and is like, "It's an honor, Grandmaster."
She smiles and she very graciously takes the feathers and says, "Shi Chuji,
hi.
it's an honor to meet you. With these 10 feathers, you are among the finalists of the Ruby Phoenix tournament."
Thank you.
She turns and she looks at the rest of you and says, "Masami Takahara."
Masami does a respectful bow.
I watched closely during your fights. Out of everyone, you ultimately would want to take out the most combatants so far. Very impressive. I can't wait to watch you use your swordplay in person.
I might get to practicing then. They say as their magic sense is trying to get in a read on her.
This shouldn't be a surprise, Masami, but she's extremely magic.
Same scent though.
Very similar.
Hmm.
That same spell that was used yesterday, she uses on a regular basis. And I don't know if there's anyone else really capable of doing that's kind of her signature, you know?
Okay.
And she turns to you now, Senku, and says, "And Senku, which prince of the sea? And Lolo Sadagat."
Senku very, very politely bows his head a little bit. He could be a good boy, I promise.
She smiles and says, "Your water magic was truly impressive. An underused element, and I say this coming from someone who uses its opposite," she says, kind of smiling.
I like water.
And I like fire, young man.
Fire's pretty good.
She kind of straightens up and says, with these 10 feathers, you have earned access into the Ruby Palace. I now claim these feathers, and she kind of like whips them, and they all kind of spin, and they turn into a fan. And she hands it back to you, Chuchi, and she says, this is a phoenix fighting fan. It is your token to prove that you made it this far, as well as a very powerful item in its own right.
Thank you.
She kind of like puts her hand on yours and says, this fan is useful for elegant dances, as well as for slicing unsuspecting foes with the blades along its outer edge. Perhaps Masami will be able to use it well as a magus. And she kind of nods and smiles at you, Masami.
Masami side-adding it.
If used in performances, it might be disguised as a frilly accessory, or it might be a more obvious, though elegant weapon. The choice is yours. But once per day, by using tree actions, once per day, you may command its extra-dimensional powers to trap a creature in my repository, a small demiplane that holds countless relics I have collected over my lifetime. Essentially, it'll cast a maze on anyone you use.
Sick.
And though I trust you won't ever sell it, it is a level 20 item.
Wow.
Wow.
Does anyone in particular want it?
I think Chuji probably does hand it to Masami, since Masami can actually use it for fighting. Not that they want to give it up.
Chuji is in the middle of thinking about how to learn how to use fans.
Yeah, seriously.
I think Masami, like, looks at it, takes it for a while, and, like, kind of does, like, a test drive on it. But at the same time, they're like, They fold it back up and hand it back to Chuji and go, I'm not sure how much I'll use this, so I'll let you hold on to it.
I mean, thank you.
Another spell added to your spell list. I think Hao Jin raises an eyebrow and smiles. And you've shown much generosity, Masami. I look forward to watching you even more now. If you all would like to pass me, then, and she starts to stand out of the way, you are free to, and then you hear something. Music? Coming from behind you.
Oh my god.
And it's not just any music.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Is it
It's
oh
H-pop.
my god. Oh
yes! No!
Two tieflings
Damn it.
make their way out of the crowd. And one of them is red with crimson red hair and dark eyes and a large sword in one hand. The other is a shorter purple tiefling with ram-like horns and a smug smile. And she's the one who is like conjuring up these balls of pulsing light which appear to be playing the music. And it is two people you've met before. Lady Balam Yi and Lord Garam Ryong. The two of them step out and says, I think Lord Ryong says, Hao Jin! How good of you to show yourself.
What?
Huh?
And Lady Yi points at you guys and says, step aside, Radiant Winds. Our quarrel is not with you.
We're not.
It definitely is, since you're interrupting us.
We're trying to do the tournament. Oh my god.
The enforcers like glance at each other, the two like on guard, and like they draw their weapons.
Uh-oh.
And then Lady Yi holds up a hand and flicks downwards, and both of the enforcers drop to the floor asleep.
Oh.
And I think Hao Jin is almost like a little bit impressed.
She's like, wow, these idiots are kind of great.
And yeah, she steps forward and says, Devil's Dues. And she kind of like pushes past all of you to step in front of you and says, you have an issue? I would be happy to listen. How may I help you today? And Lord Garam Ryong points his sword and says, let me tell you what's up, Hao Jin.
Oh my god.
You
He's like-
humiliated us. This whole game,
What?
it was rigged from the start, wasn't it? She just raises an eyebrow. And Lady Yi nods and says, "You invited us here knowing well that all the odds were stacked against us by choosing teams specifically prepared to beat us."
What?
Senku's giggling like in character.
Lord Ryong points his sword and says, "Laugh all you want, babe! We're gonna show you who's boss in a second." And I think
Okay.
Hao Jin shakes her head and says, "I'm afraid that the Radiant Winds no longer have their silver feathers." And they shake their heads back, and they pose angrily. Like, in the background, you see Tino's toughest, and Tino's like, what?
Senku's shrugging.
Masami, I think, is looking to any of the other teams that they recognize and go, and they just kind of give him a look of like, is this real?
You seeing this shit?
I think Malako catches your eye, Masami, and they shrug. But Lady Yi says, "We understand we were just invited here to be fun and games, weren't we? But you made a grave error by mocking us. You see, we don't care about winning the Ruby Phoenix tournament. We care about fame. And any press is good press.
Oh god.
There's something you didn't expect for us to be able to do, Hao Jin. All this treasure on the island? We were able to do something greater than any other team. We were able to craft a weapon capable of doing this." And she pulls out a staff from behind her, and before anyone can do anything, she blasts a ray at Lady Hao Jin. A green beam explodes into her, and Hao Jin's eyes widen in surprise. And then she explodes.
Oh.
And Lady Hao Jin is dead.
Huh?
Ashes scatter onto the floor where she once stood.
What?
And I think everyone, there's an uproar from the crowd, and Rung points and says, "Yeah, what about it, huh? She was dead for 300 years, and now she's dead again! Whoop-dee-doo!" And he points his sword in the air and says, "And now Devil's Jews will live on forever!"
Are you serious?
What? Excuse me?
And then Ryong bares his sword and says, "And now, like I said, everyone out of the way! We're going to the palace, one way or another!"
No,
And-
you're not.
Like, fuck you are! The hell is wrong with you two?
Lady Yi poses and says, "Whatever it takes for the price of fame!" And the crowds surge. I think most of them are already, badly beaten. They're not able to do anything. Until one man steps out into the open. Tino Tung punches his hands together,
Oh my god.
blocking them off from behind. And he says, "Hey man, I don't know anything about you, but I think playtime's over." And Lord Ryong turns and says, "More blood? Guess you'll go down in history too, as the fucking losers who died along Hao Jin!" And they draw their swords.
That honor goes to you.
And everyone, we're gonna roll initiative, because Hao Jin's fucking dead.
What
Oh
the
my
fuck?
God.
You did not just kill her.
I did.
You didn't!
I did.
Are you fucking serious?
I
That's
did.
where this
No way.
campaign goes?
I did. Roll initiative.
What the fuck?
Senku, Witch Prince of the Sea, top of the order. What?
Senku's not really sure about all of this, but he is sure that he doesn't want people to get, that he doesn't want anybody else to get hurt.
Okay. Well, Senku, from where you're standing, you see Lady Yi, the purple tiefling, is starting to cast more of those glowing balls of light, and in her hand is a staff of weird green crystal energy, which was apparently enough to slay the Ruby Phoenix. And Lord Ryong is rushing towards the gate, ready to break down the doors to get into the Ruby Temple.
Okay. I'm going to cast, Coral Eruption around those two.
Okay.
That's my entire turn, I think, because
You make
it's
2
three
bursts, though, so
actions.
you can cast 1 on them. Where else are you casting it?
Oh, I know. Can I do it behind, behind them in the area of the bridge so that they can't even just try to get past?
Yeah, absolutely. You can cut off the choke point. Excellent.
Cool.
Okay, so Senku, describe this for me. How does it look?
You know the type of coral that's that looks kind of like branches? Like the kind that's that looks like colorful, like sticks, that sort of coral?
Yeah.
I think that it breaks through the ground and then behind everybody on the bridge to block the path, unless you want to take a bunch of damage.
Okay. Cool. You've made a really good chokehold. They're both gonna make reflex saves, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Lady Yi gets a success, and Lord Ryong, he gets a success as well. They'll both take half damage. How much is that?
Okay. It's half of 15.
Okay, 7 damage each, but they're also standing in the middle of terrible choke points. Okay, Sanku, these 2 blasts of coral erupt from the ground, and the battered and bruised crowd gasps! And you see these 2 chuckle nuts kind of stumble in pain as, ow! Yikes! And Ryong says, is that all you've got? I'll show you the power of rage!
Sure.
Masami, it is your turn. Sanku has blocked him from going deeper into the temple, and has also caught them in an eruption of coral. You have 3 actions. What do you do?
Okay. I think does Balam Yi have the staff in her hands currently?
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. Telekinetic maneuver.
Oh?
With a rush of telekinetic power, you remove a foe or something they carry. You can attempt to disarm, shove, or trip the target using a spell attack roll instead of an athletics roll.
Holy shit, what's the range on this?
60 feet.
What? You can just flick someone's weapon out of their hand?
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool. Maybe that spell attack roll.
Fuck.
You're not going against her AC. You just have to beat her reflex DC, which you do.
Okay.
Yay!
Okay, Masami, that'll do it.
All right.
You hold up a hand and you kind of like wave it away, and the staff in her hand trembles and then flies away. And it gets lodged in the coral, and she looks down, and she'd have to plunge her hand into the spikes to get it, and she's like, ah! Oh, really impressive. What a parlor trick. What is that, like a 2nd level spell? Ha! Don't make me laugh.
Oh, please. I'm getting started. They go into Arcane Cascade.
Okay, what kind of arcane cascade is this?
Since this was an evocation... Oh, it's a force. It's force.
Okay, and how does this look?
Ooh. I think there's like... It's almost like there's a gravitational pull around Masami.
Ooh,
And there's
okay.
like tufts of winds that are like blowing from beneath them.
Okay, that's very cool. I love that. You can give yourself Arcane Cascade,
Yep.
which will boost your damage. Okay, next in the order is going to be Lord Ryong. Lord Ryong is going to take his first action to motherfucking rage. He roars out and he kind of like shouts and says, "You're all gonna pay for making us look dumb!"
We didn't make anything happen.
You can see his eyes are like glowing red, his teeth are bared, and he gains some temporary hit points, which is going to make what he does next less painful. He runs through the coral eruption. He has to spend his entire first action to actually even get out of the coral eruption because it's difficult terrain, and he takes 12 damage, which, because of his cool barbarian rage, doesn't suck as much as it could. Mm-hmm. But he does like spend one action running out, one action raging, and for his last action, I think he's just going to run past all of you towards the gate.
Does that activate anything?
It super does.
Certainly does.
Yeah.
Both of you can make a reaction because he rushes past he rushes right past both of you.
Do I get to have my stance on, or do I have to wait till one
Yes,
turn
you do.
to turn it off? Okay. Let's see. So 33.
33's a hit. Roll damage.
Nice.
Nat 20.
Holy shit.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh my god.
20.
That's 20 damage from you, Chuji, and Masami, how much? How much damage?
26 damage.
Okay, that's going to be 46 damage total. Both of you deck him, but that's not stopping him. He's running, and he's now by the next the coral eruption, and he snarls and he says, "Are you serious?" He turns back to you, Sanku, and points angrily.
What?
Chuji, it's your turn.
Hey.
Hao Jin's fucking dead.
Hao Jin's fucking
You just
dead.
saw your greatest hero get turned to dust.
Yeah,
By chumps.
Chuji's fucking furious. Chuji's actually gonna use one of their, Oh, actually, I can use it first. Chuji's gonna activate a talisman.
What's a talisman?
The Belize Feather.
What's the Belize Feather do?
I've already damaged him, So,
Uh-huh.
when I activate the feather, the creature you've damaged burns with holy light. The creature must succeed a DC will save of 29, or take a -2 status penalty to AC and saving throws, and reduce its resistances by 5.
Oh no!
And that lasts until the end of my next turn if he fails. So give me that will save.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh.
There it is.
Oh. That's a nat 1.
I don't know if that affects it or anything, but he does have a -2 to his AC, and all resistances -5.
I'll say it lasts until the end of the turn after next.
Okay.
So, Chuji...
Oh, that's perfect for me.
Okay, his AC is dramatically reduced, and his saves are also all reduced, which is pretty fucking bad for him. Chuji, you snarl and quickly pull out a glowing angel feather, and it, like, scorches him with holy light, and he stumbles like, ah! And that is only, what?
That was one action?
Yeah, that's one action.
Chuji's going to then
Make me a flat check.
Oh, okay.
We are cord, remember? The item you got from the Automaton Gods, it might not be destroyed.
5.
Okay, it's burned up. You'll get a new one in the morning.
Okay.
You got 2 actions left though. What do you do?
Okay. Chuji's going to step up towards Garem and flurry of blows.
Okay, get his ass.
Oh.
Yikes.
36 and 41.
This boy's getting fucked up.
Well, the 41's a crit because his AC is lowered.
Good.
He has to make a fortitude save, which is reduced by 2 against your class DC for Stunning Fist.
Mm-hmm. He is on fire. Yeah.
He's on fire? Man.
By the way.
Oh, it's a good thing he's got a resistance to fire. Oh, wait.
Go fuck yourself.
Oh my god.
Chuji, you are pissed. You
Yeah,
are
they
beyond
are.
furious.
That Hao Jin is literally the reason they're themselves.
Past tense.
Thanks. Cunt.
He's not stunned, but he is on fire. He did take, what is that? How much damage is that?
23 and
Double
19.
of 23 is 46 plus 19. That's 55 damage total.
Yes.
Oh, it's a bad day to be Lord Ryong. He stumbles back. Ugh! You think you're some hot stuff, don't you? His wings flare.
Chuji does not answer.
Oh, you're not even into banter. You're fucking killing.
No. Yeah.
Okay, Chuji, is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay. It's Lady Yi's turn. And she starts pulsing that fucking H-pop music from the balls. And she says, "Don't give up, Rung! You've got this! Let's make our fans proud!" And both she and he are going to gain Bardic Inspiration. So they're both going to have a +1 on all their attack rolls, damage rolls, etc. And then she's going to use her a free action to make a performance check and do a lingering composition. Meaning that she won't have to roll, she won't have to use it on her next turn. Bardic Performance will just last. That's a nat 1.
Oh shit.
What's happening? Okay, so nothing happens. Basically, there is no effect. And she curses herself as well. It was worth a try. And she is then going to point at you, Senku, and say, "No more spells from you, boy. We've had quite enough." And
What?
she's going to cast... Oh shit, actually this will catch Senku and Masami. Spirit Song! Both of you need to make me a fortitude save as she starts blasting her music into you with occult magic that rocks you to your core. Or it would rock you to your core if Masami didn't roll a 40 fucking 1.
Yeah.
Which is just her DC. Uh-oh.
Shit.
Senku, you fail. Masami, you just pass. That is going to be... Oh god, how much is this? 18d6 damage to both of you. Well, Masami, you'll take half. And that's 62 damage to you, Senku, and 31 damage to you, Masami. And she laughs, and this fucking H-pop music like erupts. And most of the crowd is like dispersed. They're like running away because holy shit, they did not just see that. Some stay by watching, but they're too hurt to do anything. But behind her is Tino Tung. And Tino sees this coral, and he doesn't care. He's gonna step in, he's gonna take 3 damage, and he's just going to fight. And he says, "With great justice, I will smite you!" He's gonna blast her with a key strike.
Fuck yes, Tino.
So he's going to hit her, first off, with just a regular fist attack. And that is an 18, a 38, that is a hit against her. And this will do an extra 1d6 of force damage. So that's 19 bludgeoning damage and 2 force damage, bringing it up to 21. She stumbles a little bit and she turns around confused by this middle-aged man beating the shit out of her. And she turns and says, "Get out of here, half-wit!" And he kind of rolls his head a little bit as he's preparing his next punch and says, "I may be a half-wit, but hey, I think I've got more feathers than you, bro." And he's going to go in with a real flurry of blows now. 2 attacks. Pow, 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 with his fist. First one is an 18, which is going to be a crit fail. But the second one is going to be a 29, which isn't a hit, but it's close. On his crit fail, however, oh shit, she actually turns and whips with like a whip in her hand, and he cuts into his hand and he takes 2d6 damage. Okay, that's 9 damage to Tino, and that is his turn. Top of the order, Sanku, it's your turn. Ryong is in pain. Ryong is getting his ass beat. Lady Yi is in the coral, fighting against, surprise hero Tino Tung. Masami is standing over Hao Jin's ashes with force magic erupting off them. And you are a good boy. What do you do?
If I were to use Fireball Scattered Fire, would I be able to not hit the people that are next to both of those guys?
If you position carefully, yes, you would.
Okay. Then I'm going to do that. First, though, I'm going to use Elemental Betrayal.
Okay.
Can I use it with fire instead of water? I don't usually do that, but...
absolutely can.
I'm going to do that on, Lady Balam Yi. And then I'm going to cast Scattered Fire.
So 2 fireballs, or well, in this case, fireworks, erupt out of you. So Sanku, they have to both make a reflex save, right?
I need, I need 2 reflex saves.
Okay. Oh my god, Ryong, no! Ryong got a nat 1. It's a good thing he's got a shit ton of HP, but Yi got a 34. She gets a success. She'll take half damage. So roll damage and let's see how much fireworks explode in these guys.
Well, she takes extra damage anyway, so...
Oh, is she the one you're hexing?
Yeah, she was
okay.
the one... yeah, I said before that I was hexing her. Okay.
So roll damage?
No, wait, what? Yeah? Oh, yeah, I guess.
Okay. So that's gonna be 82 damage to Ryong. And I think that comes out to be 41 divided by 2 is 20 plus 10. She takes 30 damage anyway. She's starting to look a little scratched, but Ryong up top, after taking 82 damage, you can tell that Ryong is badly injured. And he roars out in pain, but man. Shit sucks for him, I guess. Thank you. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that was my turn.
Okay, you wave your staff, you hex Lady Yi. Twin blasts of fireworks erupt out, and one hits Ryong square on, knocking him back. Masami, it's your turn. What do you do?
I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna quick draw their whip and try to trip Ryong.
Okay.
They're wanna let Shuji handle that one.
Sure. So make me an attack roll, and if it hits him, he'll trip.
39.
39 is a hit. Ryong lets out wow, and he falls down on his fucking face as you whip at his ankle, and he trips. And he roars, says, "More humiliation? Don't even worry about it, baby!" He says on the floor, on fire, extremely hurt.
No one asked. Then they
You got 2 actions left.
Then they turn their attention to Balam Yi.
Okay.
I want her to make me a will save.
Okay. That's gonna be 29.
29 is a fail against the mirror malefactors. That's been heightened to level 7.
Uh-oh. Well, she's frightened as a dome, a kind of like a hemisphere of mirrors surrounds her on all ends, and these shimmery illusions of herself are coming out and pulling at her, and she lets out a really high-pitched squeal of terror. And that is going to be 39 mental damage, which she takes. And you can see that now Lady Yi is starting to get really damaged. And this is going to... Do you sustain this, or does this just keep happening, or what?
I believe that this duration sustained up to a minute.
Holy shit, this is going to suck for her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shit. Is that your turn?
That's their turn.
Okay. Lord Ryung is on the floor and he roars as, "You won't stop me!" And he gets up. Shuji, that's a move action.
Oh, baby. 35.
A 35 is a hit. Roll damage.
30.
Okay, he takes 30 fucking damage. You can see he is starting to really get, injured by all this. But he
Good.
snarls, and he swings his great sword at you and says, "Out of my way, boy!" Or, you're not a boy. "Out of my way, friend! Out of my way, bitch!"
Fuck you!
That's gonna be a 43 to hit, Chuji.
Yeah, it's gonna be hit.
Okay, well, you're going to take 55 damage!
Ooh.
He slashes into you, and now you're just as hurt as him. But he roars, and he's gonna run through the fucking coral. 3, 6, 9, 12 damage, and that takes an entire action. And he's only... has to take an entire action to push his way through this coral. And now there's nothing between him and the castle, but he is quite hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And as his turn ends, he's going to take 2d10 fire damage. That is 5 more fire damage, and he is still on fire. Shuji, it's your turn. That motherfucker's running away from you.
No, he's not. I have a question. Hao Jin's collection. How flammable is it?
Sorry?
How flammable is Hao Jin's collection before I do this?
Like the tower?
No. Per demiplane.
You know that when you send someone into Hao Jin's collection with the Phoenix Fighting Fan, they actually cannot interact with anything inside. They can
Cool.
only view it and go, ooh, ah.
Chuji takes out the fan and casts Maze on him.
Okay. He has to make a save against this, right? What is that, a will save?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, no, he doesn't have to make a save against it. It just happens.
Oh, cool. Bye.
Shuji, you pull out the Phoenix Fighting Fan and flick it open, and you kind of flap it at him, and when you do, it's like you can see these treads in reality light up, and they unravel around him, and he goes, "What the hell?" And then he vanishes. And he is sent to a maze. He's gonna, when it gets to his turn, he's gonna have to start making survival checks to try navigate his way out of this demiplane.
Cool.
But that's him out of the fight, essentially. For now, at least. He'll be back.
For now.
Chuji, that took all of your actions, unfortunately. It takes 3 actions to do that.
Okay, that's fine. Just as long as he's not any closer.
Yeah, the Phoenix Fighting Fan has a really high DC compared to the Maze spell.
Yeah.
So, from Ryung's point of view, he vanished and he reappears in this museum of artifacts. This is Hao Jin's collection. These are the many treasures she can give away for the victors of the Ruby Phoenix tournament, which he'll never be.
It's as close as he's ever gonna fucking get.
And he roars and he screams. He tries to slash at something. The sword just goes through, and he starts charging around. Next in order is gonna be Balam Yi. She shrieks. She doesn't like what's happening. She can't even see that Ryung has vanished. Instead, she's gonna blast another spell out. And she says, "You're gonna mess with me? I'll show you all!" And as she kind of screams, it gets really loud, and everyone... Oh, Masami, I think she's casting it on you as a fuck you.
Okay.
She's gonna cast Painful Vibrations.
Ooh, my bones.
Sound waves go through your body and they vibrate your bones. Make me a fortitude save, please.
Alright. Ooh, it's 26.
Crit fail, I'm afraid.
I'll use my hero point.
Oh shit, okay, go for it.
33?
33 is not a crit fail, but it is still a fail.
I'll take it.
Okay, that's gonna be Masami. 32 damage.
Okay.
How are you holding up?
Not great, but they're still on their feet.
Okay, you're sickened and deafened for 1 round. As this really loud scream erupts. And she's gonna send another action casting casting Inspire Courage. Not aware that Ryon can no longer benefit.
Lol, LMAO.
And then, grabbing her from behind is Tino. And Tino is going to spend 1 action grappling her. Yep, that'll work, okay. He grabs her from behind, kind of puts her in a headlock, and she's struggling and says, "Get off of me, you oaf!" And he says, "Sorry, ma'am. It was all fun and games until you went out and did evil, and now you've got to pay!" And he casts Ki Blast! And I swear to God, he puts his hand in the air and starts channeling a ball of light, and he says, "Irori!" And he fucking Kamehamehas her in the face.
Thank God.
That is going to be... she needs to make a fortitude save, which she is not great at. And that is going to be 13d6 force damage to the face. 52 force damage to Lady Yi. She's really hurt. And he looks up at you and says, "You guys, I can't hold her forever. Come on, team up. Use the power of justice to push you through." And Sanku, it is your turn. Tino is holding her tight. She is flat-footed. She is in pain. She doesn't have a ton of HP left. What do you do?
Can I change the element even if it takes a hero point?
Yes, you can. When you, as you are waving your wand in the air, rather than embers, they turn to bubbles. I assume.
Yes. No, I'm going for
Cool.
Earth. I suddenly have an Earth spell.
Sand.
So true. Then I think he's going to cast... yeah, I think he's just going to cast Spout, because I am running out of spells, and we haven't even done the rest of it. So I'm just going to cast Spout. But
Okay.
it's still good. I need a reflex save from a grappled woman.
Yeah. Ooh!
Well,
That's a
Damn.
nat 1! Oh my... Why have I been rolling so many nat 1s?
fun, because it's silly. 26.
26 times 2, that's 52 plus 10. That's 62 damage, Sanku?
On a cantrip. Oh my god.
On the cat. Oh my god.
Wow.
Sanku, the power of justice courses through you, inspired by Tino. And you see Lady Yi is knocked into the coral, and she is KO! And all of you have a moment to breathe. Masami, it's your turn. Lord Rong isn't here, and Lady Yi is out. What do you do?
Is there anything else that they can do?
I mean, it's up to you. If you want to do buff spells or stuff, you can, but like...
You can also get on the other side of the coral.
Or if you have range stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess I'll just get on the other side of the coral with a time jump.
Okay. Masami, you appear on the other side, unaffected by the coral that would have blocked you. You are unaffected by the coral spikes, which would have been very nasty ouchie on your feet.
Yep.
And you are now over there, waiting.
So that's 1 action, by the way.
Yeah, you got 2 more. Do you do anything else?
What I think what they're going to do is they're going to refocus to get their yeah, they'll cast True Strike. That's it. They're just gonna wait.
Okay, cool. Your sword glows, waiting for him to return.
It's my blade.
And as you're pausing, waiting, can the tiefling in the trapped maze escape? He fucking can! Reappearing in a blast of light, charging out of dimensions with a fucking critical success to get out. Lord Ryong explodes back into the field and he roars! That took one action for him. And he turns and he sees you, Masami, and he sees you're badly injured. And he grins and licks his lip. And he raises his sword to hit you. And it stops an inch from your head. And he pauses, he blinks. And then a bubble explodes out around him. And there's a flash of light from within the bubble. And then it pops. And Lord Ryong falls to the floor. KO!
Huh?
Because there's a... Sanku, you can see it. Masami, you can see it, but Chuji, you can't because your back's turned to it. In the center of the bridge, there is a swirling of the ashes of Hao Jin. And they kind of start floating and spinning in the air, feeling like a vortex. And then there's a flash of fire. And there she is. The Ruby Phoenix, full HP, alive. Holding out her hand, which is trailing magic. The same magic which just took out Lord Ryong.
Right, Phoenix.
Huh? And Chuji looks behind them and like, oh fuck!
Lady Hao Jin brushes herself off and she huffs and says, well, that wasn't very Goka, was it?
Believe me, on the streets you'll find something like that.
Great Master Hao Jin, are you okay?
She smiles and says, Master Shi, did you really think I lived to be 300 years old without being blessed with some kind of mortality? Surely you've heard my tale. She kind of winks.
Of course I have. I mean, I just... yeah.
She smiles and says, everyone, I apologize for the disruption. A minor inconvenience, at best. Enforcers, it would appear that my judgment on these two fighters was incorrect. I had hoped that they would be entertaining and good fighters, but they proved to be neither. You may take them away. I'm sure the guards at Goka will have a lot of investigating to do into this very public assault. And the two enforcers who have finally woken up, by the way, gasp and they grab both of them and start pulling them away. And Yi and Ryong are both waking up as they realize what's happening. And they struggle a bit and says, no, you can't take us away! And Yi says, this is one final humiliation! You won't have heard the last of us! We're going to make your lives a living hell!
I really don't care.
You're gonna have to try a lot harder than you did.
Yours.
Devil's Jews will make a comeback to Lord Ryong screams as the two of them are dragged off the mountain.
Just rock and roll Team Rocket.
All of you are badly injured. Like, I think every one of you took a serious beating there.
Yeah.
Yeah, ow. Actually.
But you're all good. And Lady Hao Jin turns to you all and says, I certainly owe you a lot, don't I?
It was nothing.
No. It was most impressive. You've caught my eye, all of you. I believe some rewards are in order for everyone. Radiant wins.
Hmm?
And
Yes.
she pulls out a single string. And you don't know where she got that string, because she didn't, like, go into her pocket. She just kind of pulled it out of the air.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be a frayed fabric thread. And she smiles and says, consider this a token of my gratitude. And she puts it, I think, in your hand, Masami. And Chuji, you're a Ruby Phoenix fan. I would like you to roll me your, I think you have Ruby Phoenix lore.
I do.
Would you like to roll that for me, please?
I would love to. But Chuji's insanely jealous.
Well, Masami was just the one who was in the middle.
Oh, I know. 35.
That's a ruby string!
That's a ruby string?
The frayed threads from Hao Jin's tapestry, her masterpiece, a new world which was locked away in a beautiful hand-woven tapestry. To use one of these loose strings, you can use it to... If you spend 8 hours, you can spin the thread to form a demi-plane. A single 10-foot cube other world of your design. Just one of these threads was used in the Grand Hao Jin tapestry. You don't really know what happened to it in the end. There's a lot of contradicting stories. Maybe you'll be able to find out what actually did happen with it.
Mm-hmm.
But she smiles and hands it to Yumasami and says, "For all of you to do something together with it. Thank you. Now, Tino's toughest." She turns and she looks at Tino, who is sheepishly... Like, he was turning back to go back to his friends, but he, pauses, like, huh? And she puts a hand and says, "Tino's toughest, approach." And sheepishly, they all kind of gather.
Oh my god.
And she smiles and says, "Tino Tum, your bravery was most notable. I thank you profusely. Congratulations! You are the 5th team to gain entrance into the Ruby Palace." And I think all of them blink a little bit. And Tino goes, And Malako bows says, "Gracious Grandmaster Hao Jin, I appreciate it, but we only have 7 feathers. And we are in no state to gain more." And she, waves her finger a little bit and says, "But what's this?" And she picks something off the floor. A phoenix necklace. The one that belonged to Devil's Jews. With exactly 3 feathers.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Wow, they only had 3.
All they needed was 3.
Tino steps forward and he, almost in shock, holds it in his hand. And he kind of mumbles and says, "Huh, we did have more feathers than them." Hao Jin takes the 10 feathers and creates a phoenix fighting fan and puts it in Tino's hand. And Tino takes it almost in awe, turns back to his team and says, "Yeah, boys!" And his team, they run and they fucking tackle hug him. They're all just fucking group hugging, jumping around, screaming, "Yes!" None of them thought they'd be able to do it, but the underdogs have made it through into the finals.
Yes.
Hao Jin turns to you all, and she waves a hand, and you're all immediately healed to full HP.
Oh.
Thank you.
And she smiles and says, "Now, you may enter the Ruby Palace. You will relax until sunset, at which point dinner will be served. I expect you all to be on your best behavior. You may interact with the other teams who have made it through, and come check on the new teams who have yet to make it through. I trust that all of you will behave, and there's to be no fighting within the palace unless you get my express permission to do so.
Yes, ma'am.
Noted.
Of course.
Thank you again for your help, all of you."
Thank you.
She smiles, she bows, and then she vanishes in a blast of fire. And Tino is hopping up and down the spot. "You guys!
Are gonna be...
Did you see that?"
I did see
Lucky
that.
break, huh?
"Hey, yeah, I guess so. But isn't luck half the fight?"
A little bit, yeah, actually.
I think Masami gives Tino a
say so.
bro high five, nice work.
Yeah. Not much of an old man now, am I, huh?
You're still old. You're just, kind of more sick now.
Please, my dad's going on 45. He can still take me in a fight.
He gives you a finger gun. Malako smiles. Well, he doesn't smile. They ruffle their feathers proudly, and adjust their glasses and say, "It'll be an honor to be able to study alongside of you all." Zumi stretches and says, "Well, looks like I'm stuck with this team for a little longer. Oh well."
Oh, come on. Don't
he
act
says-
like that.
She limp wrists at you, oh, you know. And Gig raises her fucking maul in the air and says, "They said food, right?"
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
They
that's
did.
good.
She fucking pushes past you. She's on the way.
Senku, who has been floating on his staff the entire time, I think that, you know when something is like, it's just floating? He just starts spinning. He's like, ah!
Jesus.
Do you all make your way inside the Ruby Palace?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dice Roll will return after these messages. We now return to Dice Roll.
It is beautiful. Polished marble, statues of all manner of deities, and strange, there's a lot of, strange, dioramas of buildings. And as you approach them, I think, Masami, you're an architecture fan, right?
I mean, I think they know things about architecture. It's a cartography, yeah. They like maps.
It feels like out of all of them, though, you'd be the most likely to know anything about architecture. I think, Masami, as you're kind of gazing at them, you realize that, hey, these little dioramas of buildings from around the world, these are really accurate. Wait, hold on. And your magic sense, these are literally buildings from around the world that have been shrunk down.
Oh my god.
Masami double takes and goes, wait, hang on a second. They stop at one.
Huh?
These are real buildings.
Yeah?
Look closer.
Yeah, they're real small.
Look closer.
I think Malako kind of looks over your shoulder and says, "Oh my, I do believe you're right. Look, you can see it's literally got wear and tear from construction."
The same wear and tear where it would be today, yeah.
They stretch and say, "Marvelous, what a beautiful place." Meanwhile, the other three of Tino's toughest are being loud, noisy assholes. They're going, woo! And they're you see a fucking Zumi, skidding around a little bit, saying, "The floors are so slippery, I love it!"
They're probably polished, yeah.
There are, attendants all around. And you can see that there is, a big map laying out the palace. This place is definitely not from Bunmu. It is definitely freshly constructed, and judging by what Hao Jin said yesterday, it wasn't even on Bunmu until a few days ago. Teleportation magic.
So true.
You can see that there's all sorts of amenities. There's large private guest rooms, which have already been marked with your team symbol. There's a screened outdoor baiting area. There's a balcony with a scenic view of Bunmu. Man, there's everything. But there's no sign of any other teams quite yet. You know that there's at least 3 other teams, and then after you guys, there'll be 3 more.
Yeah.
So,
Where would they all be?
well, where would you like to go? What kind of, because there's just, this is a very large palace. Anywhere you can imagine there might be in a palace, there will probably be it here, you know? The imagination is the limit. So I ask you, where in the Ruby Palace would you all like to go?
Has there ever been information about the Ruby Palace that Chuji would have been able to learn
No,
about?
this
as
is
a
brand
kid?
new. This has never existed before.
No, okay.
Because,
Okay,
Hao
cool.
Jin... Hao Jin only came back 2 years ago. This is her first tournament that she's overseeing.
Okay, cool.
I kind of feel like a kid in a candy shop. I have no idea where to go.
Tino says, "Want to retire to your rooms? It looks like we've got some A+ beds. Look at that." The drawings are really nice. Hey, my back hurts. I'm gonna go lie down, okay?
Yeah. Please give
Yeah,
it.
you do
Zumi
that.
says, "I'm going to use the baths if anyone cares to join me." She winks.
Oh my god.
Masami's both of their eyebrows arch.
I'm not gonna spell out what happens if you go with her.
Oh no, I know.
We all know.
Which is why they're halfway considering it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Gig is already making their way off to the pantry, and I think Malako is curious about the local library, so he's gonna go visit that. So I've invented into existence some places for you to visit already. A library, the bats, which comes with its own set of perils. Pantry. There's all sorts of stuff you can go visit if you like.
I think Chuji would go to a place probably overlooking everything.
Mhm.
Is there a place like that?
Yeah, I mean, there's a balcony, which can literally see all of Bunmu.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, is that where you're going?
Take me there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Chuji, you're going to the balcony. Masami and Sanku, are you guys splitting up? Are you guys gonna look together for something? Do you want to follow Chuji?
I think Masami's still thinking for right now.
Really considering
Yes.
Damn.
the mental battle going on right now.
They're like, do I need pussy?
You
You do!
Sanku, do you want to follow Chuji? Do you want to go on your own way?
I think Senku's gonna look to Lolo and is like, is there anywhere you wanna go? I don't know where to go right now.
Well, he says,
Lolo?
huh?
Were you sleeping?
Oh, good morning, Sanku. Yes, I was taking a little nap. Did I miss
did you-
anything important?
Somebody killed Hao Jin?
What?
It's fine, she came back. But,
Oh.
they killed Hao Jin, and then we
Like
fought them, and
sea
won.
foam on the beach. She returns the next day.
It was more like embers, like a phoenix.
Ah, but same
She's
concept.
the ruby phoenix.
I can do that too, Sanku.
I know you can, and I think it's cool.
Well, I'm glad I didn't miss anything too important.
Also, Tino's toughest because Tino helped. Now they also are part of the 8.
Oh, how marvelous!
And now we're in the...
Who else
No,
got
no.
true?
I don't know. We should go see if we can find people.
Yes, I agree. Where to?
I have no idea. Let's just look around until we find people.
They're just wandering.
Okay. So,
Wandering boy.
Masami, have you made a decision?
Yeah, they're going to the bathhouse.
Yay!
They're like, huh, both of them are gone. Alright, then they leave to go to the bathhouse.
Yeah, as soon as, okay. Well, Masami, I've got great news for you. There's no sleight of hand check, so I'd like you to make a thievery check.
Hang on.
Just let's get this over with. Oh god, they're really good at thievery.
Oh yeah, they are.
Oh my god.
38.
Yeah, you have a good time.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's going in the content warnings for this episode.
It's KK's turn to have a slut. And that's a win for you.
Okay, well, you do that.
Yes, they certainly do.
We're not gonna do that scene, but
Nope.
you get closer to
We-
Tino's toughest.
We can only get so far.
Yeah.
Stop.
Alright. Well, it's in character. Chuji,
Yeah.
you make your way to the balcony. And it is beautiful. How are you feeling? It's been a wild few hours.
It's... Yeah, it sure has been. I think this is the first time that Chuji's been able to, like, take a breath. And just, like, process some of that, maybe. Like, they're kind of standing over the rail, with their arms on it. Just breathing. That was fucked up. That was actually fucked up that...
Oh,
Hao Jin.
Masami going to... Oh, you mean Hao Jin, yeah. That was fucked up.
No, yeah, what?
What?
Chuji does not give a shit if Masami goes to fuck someone. Chuji will cheer Masami on. But thinking that Hao Jin died in front of him was a little bit fucked up, not gonna lie.
She got better.
She did get better is the thing. But that's still there. They did for a second think that their literal hero and role model for their entire life just died in front of them. They're doing better now. They're not as, like, freaked out, but I think their fists hurt. But I think their stomach is a little bit in knots now that they're actually here.
what do you make of the thing on the horizon?
What thing on the horizon?
It's getting closer.
What?
It's getting closer.
Huh? Wait, what do you mean? What is it?
Bird.
Bird?
Bird.
Wait, is this... I thought the fights were over.
A massive fucking bird flies over the balcony. And perches, it kind of swarms, it kind of, swoops, and, you're, nearly blown backwards by, the power of its wings flapping.
Yeah.
And it kind of, lands on the roof, right above you. Feathers kind of, fall. And you notice bird, because it's a very, very, very large bird.
Oh, that's the fucking bird from that team.
The Celestial Rock.
Oh my god.
And clambering down from the roof and hop, hop, hop onto the balcony are 3 figures. The first of them is a human. No, it's not. Humans don't have yellow glowing eyes.
Not usually.
It's a woman, obviously of Tian descent, with black hair, kind of dark brown hair, tied into space buns.
Mm-hmm.
And she's wearing an orange kimono. And she kind of nods at you a little bit before she kind of I think she nods at you and smiles and says, "Greetings. You must be one of the other challengers who've made it to the next round."
Yeah.
And kind of hopping off as well is a catfolk. With black fur with white accents and weirdly blue eyes.
Oh wow.
Uncannily blue. And he kind of grins and says, "Yes. You're that Dampier monk, right? I heard rumors about you. With the fire chops?"
Yeah, damn, are people really talking about me?
Oh, yes, there were quite a few people, but word gets around and I'm quite nosy. Lovely to meet you, sir.
Sure, that works. Nice to meet you too.
And the last one to get off the, climb down from the roof is another human? No. Humans don't tend to have pearl-like skin.
Oh.
He is beautiful.
Hello.
He is beautiful.
Holy shit.
He wears, unlike the other two who were wearing very sunny colored clothes, he wears a black robe, with 2 brown pauldrons, flowing ribbons, and long, kind of strawberry blonde hair. Across his face are white markings. His robe kind of opens up around the chest to expose where his heart is.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a tuft of white in his long hair on his, just above his forehead. And he's very elegant looking, very dignified. He's got midnight eyes with weirdly shaped pupils.
Mm-hmm.
Chuji, do you want to make me a quick, we'll say, nature check? Or maybe occultism would work too?
Occultism would be better.
Okay, roll occultism.
My nature fucking sucks. It's gonna be a 31.
Okay, Chuji, you can see that those strange shapes in his pupils, they are the exact same shape as the moon's current phase.
Oh, that's kind of really hot, actually.
And he looks at you for a second, Chuji, before walking away. He says, "Come on, everyone, we've got things to do." And I think the other two look a little surprised. "Lord Shen, perhaps it would be good to meet with the..." No, he's going. And the catfolk kind of winces and says, "Sorry, he can get a little bit like this."
Like a total asshole? Hey, yeah, nice to meet you too!
He freezes up and he turns back to you and he walks back up to you and says, "What was that?" He says, towering above you. He's like 6'5", 6'6".
Oh shit!
He looks like, what was that again? Sorry, I didn't quite hear you there.
You didn't hear me calling you a total asshole?
And he kind of leans closer to you, and he puts like a finger up under your chin to make you look into his eyes. And
Oh shit!
he says, "You know, commoner, you are quite lucky that Hao Jin forbade us from fighting. Don't ever refer to me by such crass terms ever again. Do you understand, peasant?" He's like unblinking into your eyes. His skin is cold to the touch. He's like he is like a statue made of pearl.
Uh-huh. They're flustered for a second, but that quickly like turns into they're definitely pissed off. They whack his hand out of their face.
The other two, the girl and the cat will go, and even up on the ceiling, the bird goes, Grow! And
No fucking chance. I'll refer to you how I want.
for a moment, he almost looks impressed.
What, nothing to say, rich boy?
His eyebrows go up and then they go back down. Neutral face. And he tilts his head and says, "Your name." Go on.
Are you interested now?
You have a name, I assume.
Chuji. Chuji.
Well, know this. The steps of the sun will completely and utterly trance you. Have a good day. And he walks away again. And as he's like, his footsteps echo up the hall. And I think the woman and the catfolk wince a little bit. And the woman comes up to you. And I think by now you've probably realized what all of them are. Both because I think you've already been told, but also just from being around them. Each of them is an Azamar.
Uh-huh. Holy shit.
And I think you remember being told that they are from the nation of Tianjing, which is a nation exclusively populated by Azamar.
Oh, those guys.
Basically, aeons ago, angels
God, so
ruled
cool.
this land. And when they went back to heaven, they gave the land to their children. And the woman apologizes and says, "You'll have to excuse Lord Shen. He is a complicated man. My name is Jun Xiu." And she shakes her hand. "I am the song striker of Steps of the Sun. It is a pleasure to meet you, Master Shi."
Chuji's fine. They're like still in shock.
For someone who has gone this far, I wouldn't use nothing but the highest of honorifics. The catfolk, on the other hand, shrugs and says, "Yep, nice to meet you, Chuji. Halspin the Stung. I'm Step of the Stun's beast tamer."
Oh, well, that's cool. Wait, is the bird yours?
Oh, no. That's Lord Shen's bird, Sway. And the bird up there goes, "Rah!"
Huh.
I simply train him. He's a good bird. Helps keep the tempo during our battle dances.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Oh, so you've heard rumors of us as well.
Well, I mean, yeah, you guys have... You know what? No, I'm not going to compliment him. You guys seem pretty cool.
Both of them look a little sad.
Wait, did I say something wrong?
Junseo Winston says, "No, like I said, Lord Shen's just a complicated man, and though his interpersonal skills could sometimes use work, I promise you he's good at heart."
Yeah, sure. Well, good luck in trouncing us later, I guess.
Oh, and
Cool
the
to
best
meet
of
you
luck
guys.
in you absolutely smothering us in battle as well. She winks.
Thanks.
And Halsman's like, Do they got like a hawkery here? Like a really big hawkery? You think we would like ask Lady Hao Jin to like make a hawkery bigger with her magic? Is that a thing she could do?
Well, she can do anything.
So true. Well, we'll just have to seek her out. Would you like to help us?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think she was pretty impressed with me not too long ago, so we could probably get a favor from
I
her or
would
something.
love to hear all about it, Husband nods. Sway, stay here! And Sway goes, Wah! And so, Chuji, you depart with 2/3 of Steps of the Sun. The other third being a turd.
He definitely fucking is.
So, Chuji, that's what you're up to.
Yeah.
Masami, you're doing stuff. Senku,
Yes.
are you just kind of strolling around idly?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, I think eventually, maybe as you're going through like a museum portion,
Mm-hmm.
a voice calls out to you.
Hmm?
Senku, is that you? Witch Prince of the Sea?
He looks
And-
over.
A blonde half-elf kind of like rushes over to you and puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "You made it this far!"
Oh,
And
hi!
Senku, it's Bjorn Ramel,
Oh, shit. I was
one of the
right.
Vikings, member of Winter's Roar. Bjorn quickly pulls you along to his band of motley seamen,
I hate you.
and certainly elsewhere in the museum, you have Kel Pashar, the human shield maiden. I guess they're not a maiden, but that's what they are. With a large trident, Trough Frostknuckles, the Bugbear, and of course, Lady Sigrid Biel, the orc queen to be. And I think Sigrid turns to you, and she sees that Bjorn has excitedly brought you along, and she nods, and I think she almost laughs a little bit, and she says, "Huh. Yes, of course you would be among those to get through."
I'm very powerful.
Frostknuckles pats your back and says, "Which Prince of the Sea?" And he's like actually speaking. He really did not really speak much last time. I think he was maybe a little hesitant, but I guess they all decide you're cool. "It's good to see you, boy. You have fought valiantly to get here?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we will fight you valiantly too. No hard feelings when I..." He punches his hands together and grins.
You can try.
Kel kind of smiles a little bit, and he's nervously fidgeting with his trident and says, "You all made it here in one piece? I heard 2 fireworks go off a while ago. Were you among them?"
Yeah, it was, that was me and, that was us and Tino's Toughest.
I see. Well, it's very good to see that you're all doing well. And
It's good to see you here, too.
Bjorn smiles, and I think he's very pleased that you're here. And they kind of give you a side hug and says, "It's good to see another spellcaster get so far. I was kind of worried coming in, thinking, hey, everyone here knows martial arts and all I know how to do is cast winter spells, and seeing you being able to cast sea spells get along as well, us casters, we have to stay together, huh?" Kind of taps his head.
Yeah, we do. They don't expect you to be good at... I think because everybody's good at martial arts, that being good at spells is, like, a good thing. Because it's easy to punch somebody. But I think it's much harder to not get blasted by, like, a wave of water, I think.
I think Bjorn just grins at that, and Lady Beale nods sagely and says, "Are you ready for the dinner tonight? They say the Empress of Goka will be there."
Oh god. I will be fine.
She has very important connections. Befriending her could lead to some positive outcomes. It'll be a contest in its own, whichever team can impress her most.
That's scary.
Trough pats your back heartily and says, "Don't be scared, Witch Prince. You'll do fine. As will we. We'll do a little more fine, though, huh? Yeah?
Yeah.
And I think you spent some time hanging out with them before probably going on your own way. Masami,
What's up?
you done? You good?
Yeah.
Cool, okay. I think it's around 4
Have fun.
I think around 4 o'clock a firework goes off. Are you interested in scoping out who's next?
I mean, yeah, probably.
Okay. You make your way down to the entrance and you see the team that has just entered. 4 familiar faces, actually. 4 monks, all dressed in very strange clothes.
Oh my god, wait.
A sylph, an Undyne Venera, a Jewelborn Suli, and some guy. Team number 6, the Arms of Balance,
Oh my god.
who you encountered during the Coconut Challenge.
Yes!
Hey, how's it
Our
going?
coconut buddies.
Bhavana Watergase, their leader, quote unquote, looks up with those stormy eyes, and she smiles and says, Takahara! Oh, it is wonderful to see you. She steps forward and, I think she kind of opens her arms for a hug. Do you go for it, or...?
Yeah, sure. So I was a little surprised by it, but sure.
I think she is acting very calmly, but going off this hug, I think you can tell she's so
Excited.
unbelievably pumped.
Mm-hmm.
Sunita, the sylph that you competed directly with, looks really trilled. Like, really, really, really trilled. Which, considering she was kind of acting like an aloof jerk before, is a huge change of pace. And she smiles and says, I wasn't sure we'd make it. We had some very close calls, especially with you. But we were able to overcome those enforcers afterwards, and now, here we are.
Hey, a team with 7 feathers at the same time as us, like, that's nothing to sneeze at. You guys are really good.
Raunak, the Venera Undyne with the fire powers, shrugs and says, yeah, I know. Hey, we were gonna get here in the first place. I didn't know about these guys, but like, we got this. We're good at what we do, you know? Hey, we got up there.
Masami crosses their arms and gives them a look, trying to see if they can perceive any false confidence.
No, man, it's all fucking real. he 100% believes in himself.
Masami just shrugs and goes, hello, points for the confidence.
Bumash smiles and he steps forward. I think he bows to you, Masami, and says, well, we would not put out this much confidence if it were not backed up. We have made history tonight, as have you. I look forward to seeing the rest of your team soon. It was wonderful to compete against you last time, but next time, punch hands! He kind of punches his hands. We'll have to put on a real competition now, won't we?
Well, that requires training on both parts then. I look forward to that.
I think they grin a little bit. And probably they probably go off on their own way. Some time passes. The rest of you, what do? Do you want to group up, wait for more people to come true? Are you going anywhere in particular? What's the plan? It's getting closer and closer to the evening.
I mean, Chuchi was with, what's their name again?
Steps of the Sun?
Chuchi was with the Steps of the Sun.
I think they've gone their separate ways now. Like, they retired to
Okay.
their room to rest for a little bit before dinner. So you're able to go wherever you like.
Okay, yeah.
Save for you,
They
Sanku.
meet up with the others.
Mm-hmm.
You guys group up and you have some time.
Chuchi looks bothered.
Are you okay?
Everything alright?
I met one of the teams.
So did I.
Oh.
Cool. I hope it went better than I did.
What happened?
I met Steps of the Sun.
Oh.
Like, half of them are pretty cool.
Which team was that one again?
The one with the giant fuck-ass bird.
Oh!
Oh,
those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super cool bird. Super cool 2 people at that team. Their leader's a fucking asshole.
Oh.
Asshole how?
Asshole isn't, he demanded that I never speak to him with such crassness ever again.
Oh, the uppity type.
Oh.
Can you believe that fucking guy?
Hang on, can I
Yes,
guess?
that sounds bad, Shuji. I can't believe him.
Can-
Lolo pokes his head. He's like half asleep.
Can I make a guess and say nobility?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. Yeah, they tend to be like that.
Master Shin.
That's his name.
Rich.
Rich
Sure.
people.
He does sound like he has a stick up his ass.
And as you're talking about sticks and asses,
What?
there's a
Pardon?
loud bang from outside, and another firework goes off.
Oh, hey. Oh, yeah, the previous firework. Remember the 4 monks that we did, like, the coconut contest with?
Yeah.
They made it.
Oh shit, they made
Yeah.
it? Fuck
Yeah,
yeah!
just talk to them.
I was really hoping they would.
Sick. I wanted to see that guy again.
We'll be able to see them in the evening.
A few moments later, the next team steps true.
Mhm.
It's 3 figures. An elf wearing long green robes with a black ponytail, dark skin, and a bow and arrow over his back. A strange wooden man with goggles, arms that split off into 2,
Oh,
and harrow cards around his hips.
Oh.
And at their front, a dark-skinned lady with blackened glasses, purple and black robes, and standing just behind her, a ghostly figure that resembles a man with the head of a mantis.
Oh, fuck
it's
yes!
them.
Oh my
Team
God.
7, the Biting Roses.
Huh.
And I think their leader, Eureka Mulandez, the spiritualist who owns Grandfather Mantis, she sees you as she enters, grinning at the others, and her expression immediately lightens up and says, well, 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 look who we have found here. Hello! Radiant Winds, was it?
Yeah.
Hey.
You're the team with the boy with their own grandfather. And Lola wakes up and you're like, huh, what?
Why are you so sleepy?
It's been a long 3 days.
Oh, please.
Long 3 days.
Old
You've been in that
people.
bag half of it.
Oh, it's so much work.
Oh, I bet
I
it
have to
is,
create
old
all
man.
of Sanku's magic myself. Be nice.
Boo.
Eureka giggles. And Artus Rudrivan, the elven archer, I think he takes your hand, Masami, and kisses it.
Oh, they flush a little bit. They weren't expecting that.
And he says, it's wonderful to see you all again. I had a feeling when we met that you had the souls of victors.
Good to see you too.
Thanks.
Man, Masami's getting all the action today. Well, no, that's not fair. Trudy got a little bit, but it was like mean action.
Some more standoffish.
Oh,
Yeah. And Lantondo, the wirewood, which the harrow cards, does an extravagant bow. It's a pleasure to meet you all once again. I had no doubt in my mind when I saw you with the conviction you had and the... Okay, I'm bluffing. It's a surprise, but it's just a welcome surprise.
Is it?
Very.
Huh.
And Eureka smiles and says, what did you make of the Ruby Phoenix herself? She's quite the character, isn't she?
She's really cool.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Quite.
And even looking around here, was all this created through her conjuration magic?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Masami goes to confirm with her magic sense.
Oh, fuck yeah.
With their magic sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same scent of conjuration. That's all her.
She smiles a little bit and says, and these Phoenix fighting fans, do you know, after looking at them, they retain the properties of their silver feathers. You can use a Phoenix fighting fan to bring someone back from the dead.
Oh.
Let's hope we don't have to do that, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah, here's hoping.
And she smiles, and Grandfather Mantis doesn't say anything, but he nods a little bit. And she looks around and says, how many teams have made it through so far? I counted 7 fireworks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
7.
you're right.
Yep, you're 7th.
Wonderful.
Just in time.
Well, that means that the final team should be on their way soon. And literally, as she's saying that, one final bang from outside. And Eureka says, oh, that could be them.
Just in
And
time.
I think the other teams very quickly start to gather to look and see who else has made it. You know, Tino's toughest pops out from near their rooms, interested. The arms of balance were not too far and peek around the corner. Up on the balcony, you see Winter's Roar, the Vikings. And elsewhere on the balcony, you can see the non-rock members of Steps of the Sun.
it's like 75% of the members.
And pushing open the doors are the final team. A large group of people with dark skin and very brown and green clothes.
Oh my god.
Which seems to be almost not the kind you would expect from anywhere but the most vibrant jungle.
Oh my god.
They made it.
Yes!
Oh my god.
Team 8!
Yes!
Yay.
Speakers to the wind!
Oh my god.
The class of students from the Magambia and their teacher, Speaker Ayuwari, make their way in.
Yay!
Netir, the half-elf divination wizard, looks around, amazed by the amount of conjuration magic presence. Nala the Reed, the Gripply Magus, ribbits, and she kind of tugs on the sleeve of Aquila Stormheel, a halfling who has a mask of a leopard around her waist. Ovark, the half-orc witch who has a little dragon familiar on his shoulder, sees you, Senku, and waves excitedly.
Senku waves back.
Strings on the River in Kila, the Anadi story weaver, kind of like stands next to Speaker Ayuwari, who, I remind you, is an old man with colorful robes, kind of like a little white beard, and a very proud look on his face. And he looks around at all of you, and people wave and smile. Speaker Ayuwari nods and says, "And all this without me ever getting into a single fight myself. I must say, I'm very proud of you students." And they all kind of grin and giggle. And it looks like all 8 teams are here. Steps of the Sun. A trio of Azamar battle dancers from the nation of Tianjin. Winter's Roar. Adventurers from the land of Linorm kings seeking to set up their own kingdom. Tino's Toughest. Underdogs who have come together to use the power of friendship to get their way through this tournament. The Arms of Balance. Elemental monks from Vudra who have studied their own way of accessing the elements. The Biting Roses. Occultists from the far-off land of Arcadia. Speakers of the Wind. Students of the Halcyon Magic School of the Magambia, the oldest school of magic in the world. And the Radiant Winds. Traveling adventurers who've made their way all through Tiansha and are ready to prove their power to the whole world. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, huh?
That's still
I count 7. Gee, I wonder who the last team is.
I wonder.
Derry?
I'm in the shadows behind you.
Ugh.
Oh shit.
Kind of like almost coming up from directly behind you is one final team. Team 1. A human woman with dark robes, kind of covering some lightweight leather armor, and a kind of smirk on her face. She steps out, she's got long black hair, and she raises an eyebrow. And she says, My. I didn't actually think you'd get all that far with your 1 silver feather we gave you. I guess you really owe us. A tall, strong, blue-skinned man with white glowing eyes grins and says, And look, over there! You see them? That's the team we bet for 3 of their feathers. With the paladin. What do they call themselves? Tino's greatest? Ha! Jokes.
Fucking bitch.
A hobgoblin with a wide-brimmed wizard's hat and dark robes just sighs and says, Well, the competition doesn't look too hard. I say we have this in the bag. And then stepping out is a woman with white hair that kind of curls and waves on its own. She has a purple kimono and her hair tied into a bun, and on her shoulder is a massive moth, which kind of looks at you with weird eyes. Xiu Tak Noir, leader of the Light Keepers, including Hu Yin, Diki Sonan, and Azkanak the Exiled, smiles as she steps forward. And she looks at you all and says, Greetings, Radiant Winds. I had a feeling we'd see each other again.
Did you?
Yes, I can recognize greatness when I see it. You're all very strong, aren't you? Or at least you have the potential to be strong. What's wrong? You all look tired.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Kind of just tired of seeing you guys, probably.
She raises an eyebrow and says, Ha! You wound me. Why, Statch?
Ooh.
Have we not been kind? We gave you a silver feather, didn't we?
That we could have gotten ourselves.
And yet you took it anyway.
As if we need your charity.
And yet you took it anyway. Enjoy knowing that your Phoenix fan is made up of feathers that we gave to you. Kisses. She smiles and she pulls away. And
Bitch.
I think Diki Sonam claps his hands together and says, I don't want to hang around with these guys. Why don't we go back and get ready for dinner?
Please, let the blue eyesore get away from me.
He turns back and he looks like he's about to beat the shit out of you for a second. Like
Masami just gives him a
face,
look. They are not
That
impressed.
smiling face he has been having this entire time, it drops, and for a second you see nothing but pure fury.
They do not care. They just give them a look at side-eye.
Senku's like, there's no fighting in here.
Yeah, I think as Connect the Exile puts a hand on his shoulder and says, we'll get our chance later to right any wrongs. Just leave. And Diki Sonam smiles again and says, sorry. Be seeing you soon. And Hugh Ying says, later, losers. And she turns and there's a little click as she moves, and you can see around her waist is a laser pistol.
I'm gonna steal Goka.
And I think the other three make their way off. But Shu Takenwa kind of stands there for a second. She just smiles at you all. Get some rest. It's well deserved. You're Ruby Phoenix tournament members now. Act it. She turns away and leaves.
Chuji's flipping them off as soon as he turns away.
The moth is looking at you as you do it. It chitters.
Yeah, second hand goes up.
After that brief encounter, I actually think Tino puts a hand on your shoulder, Chuji, and says, hey man, you met the Lightkeepers?
Yeah.
Hey,
met
they're
them
real strong,
before.
right?
I guess.
Apparently.
They nearly knocked us out. Early on, we had 4 feathers. They took 3 of them.
Jeez.
They didn't even need them, I don't think. They just did it for fun.
Yeah.
Crazy strong, right? To be ballsy enough to do that?
I think they're just crazy, actually.
Milako nods as well. It takes all sorts of people to make the world go round. You can see that down on the main floor by now. Winter's Roar, the Arms of Balance, the Biting Roses, Speakers to the Wind, everyone. They're all kind of chatting amicably. A few teams seem to have already met each other in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally.
Steps of the Sun looks like they're about to go, but Shen raises a hand and they follow.
Oh.
Everyone seems to be having a good time. All 8 teams. The winners of the pre-qualifiers have been revealed. Now all that remains is the banquet tonight, and whatever challenges come with it. And if all goes well, you'll have made some real friends before you start the Ruby Phoenix Tournament, live from Goka! This episode of Dice Will Roll would not have been possible without the support of our patrons! Aiden Chul, Nets, Minty Belmont, Hopi and Anna, GP Dora, Marshmallow Berry, Sarissa, Ferric Falcon, Luis Loza, Aries, Alexander Criswell, Skyly, Blurst Hellion, Kendra West, Ren, Generally Tricked, Transgirl Trish, Platonic, Val Punyon, Johnny Catman, Matthew Wilson Kravsovich, Phil and Shark, Fearon, Glitch HD, Jason Snooks, Zenith Drums, Josh Heatcoat, Torbjorn, Introduction, Sophia Varlera, G Barbera, Luke, Gideon, Sarah B, Seth, Ravona Darklow, Dolore, Kira, Lichelo, Gizmo, Matthew, Cass, Fable McElduff, Ava, Chris Lutman, Remty Bright, Lonesome Chunk 44, Steph, Sean C, Natasha Lumley, Rhiannon C, Ellie, Jenna Mitchell, King Kendrick, Triceratops, Ray Kitsune, Anna Maria, Roxy, Jordan, Cynical Spinstress, Emily Ladurna, John the Bookhoarder, SS66 Seeker, and Dame Valerie III. There's a lot of patron characters in episodes now because they're in the Ruby Phoenix finals. So I hope you forgive me for only naming new characters or characters who have very important speaking roles in episodes from here on out. Because wow. So that means Liang Shen by Ren, Lord Ryong by Rem T. Bright, Lady Yi by Sarah B. Strange, and many, many more. Do you want to see what you can get for your support? Check out patreon.com/dicewillroll today!